The story begins with the genius Wang Ling, who possesses power and skill far beyond his ability to control. When he reached the age of 16, he found himself facing the greatest battle he had encountered so far. A prosperous Chinese city appears in the year 2050. Technology has reached a highly advanced level, yet people live calm and stable lives. Suddenly, a giant toad appears and attacks the city, releasing terrifying levels of negative energy. The heroes immediately appear to confront it. One of them, Jay, steps forward to fight, but his power fades before the beast, and one of his comrades is seriously injured. On the other side, a small child appears, unconcerned with the chaos, eating noodles he bought from a nearby shop. As if nothing is happening, an elite hero named Manu arrives and tries to warn him, but the child ignores him completely. While dodging the toad's attacks, Manu picks him up and carries him away, telling him to go home. But later, a shocking truth appears. That same child was the one who defeated the giant toad alone. Because of that, people built a statue for him in front of a famous academy. Back to the present. Wang Ling begins his first day at the academy. Some older students try to bully him, but a beautiful girl named Sun Rong intervenes. She releases a burst of spiritual energy that scares them and forces them to retreat. She offers friendship, but he remains cold and refuses. He even gives her money as compensation, then leaves. Sun stands embarrassed. The students gather for a test to determine whether they will join the normal class or the elite class, based on their spiritual energy. It is revealed that the same giant toad is being held inside the academy. It has been used for 10 years to test new students. However, it has a hidden ability to absorb massive amounts of spiritual energy from attacks, in order to eventually break free. Sun Rong takes her turn and delivers a strong strike that pushes the toad back several steps. This secures her place in the elite class. Then, Wang Ling's turn comes. His goal is to get exactly 400 points to stay in the normal class. But the moment he approaches, the toad panics and recalls the past. It remembers when Ji tried to fight it years ago and was defeated easily. Then a small child appeared, calmly eating noodles. That same child, Wang Ling, defeated the toad with a single kick. In the present, the toad trembles in fear. Wang Ling's spiritual energy is far beyond anyone else. With just a light touch, the toad collapses. The students are shocked. The one they thought was weak destroys the toad's defense easily. As a result, Wang Ling is placed in the elite class. Later, during a summoning lesson, a student named Chen tries to summon a powerful creature, but fails and summons children's clothes instead. The class laughs. Then Sun Rong summons a spirit dog, but only its skeleton appears. The teacher notices Wang Ling has not summoned anything and insists he tries. Wang Ling uses his spiritual energy to summon a nearby creature. A huge explosion occurs. To everyone's shock, he summons the same giant toad. The toad is terrified, remembering its defeat when Wang Ling was a child. To calm the class, the teacher quickly fuses the toad with Sun Rong's dog, turning it into a small poodle. The students are happy, but the toad is completely exhausted. The teacher realizes Wang Ling is not a normal student. His spiritual energy is completely different. We move to the past. Wang Ling's father, Mr. Ling, appears in the hospital while his wife is about to give birth. A nurse comes out in panic. The father thinks the child did not survive, but the nurse tells him the child is fine. And even more, he can walk on his own. Mr. Ling cannot believe it until he sees Wang Ling himself. He faints from shock. Later, the parents sit and talk. They bring a rare weapon called the Dragon Sword. It is very expensive. The father claims he spent 6 months of salary to buy it for his son, but the truth is different. He always wanted the sword for himself and used his son's birth as an excuse. The mother was more clever. She bought a fake version almost identical to save money without him noticing. When Wang Ling is asked to hold the sword, he hesitates. He realizes it is fake and may break if touched, which would cause a problem. He quickly thinks of many possibilities, then breaks his bed to distract them and remove suspicion. As time passes, Wang Ling grows, and his power increases greatly. At the age of 6, he defeats a giant toad alone. When his parents realize his power may go out of control, they create a special talisman to control his spiritual energy and reduce its flow. As time passed, the talisman's effect began to weaken gradually, which increased his mother's concern. So she began giving him golden pills regularly to reduce his power and protect him from harming himself or others. The parents always thought about how difficult it was to raise him and the situations they went through with him, like his 6th birthday, when he tried to blow out the candles but accidentally set the entire house on fire. Also, when he used to hurt his classmates while playing because of his overwhelming spiritual energy that he could not control. After that, the academy students began competing for the position of class president using strange and exaggerated methods, each trying to attract attention in his own way. As for Wang Ling, he was not interested in any of that at all. He did not seek competition or positions. He only wanted to buy noodles and eat them quietly. Suddenly, a young man appears and buys all the noodle packs from the shop at once, then distributes them to the students for free in exchange for their votes. After him, a girl named Sun Rong appears and uses a charming spell that makes the students admire her and vote for her without thinking. Wang Ling agrees to vote for her, not out of conviction, but only to get noodles and leave. Sun uses her music to control almost everyone, and the students become followers without objection. Since Wang Ling was the main reason for gathering many votes for her, she starts looking for him to understand him. Her guard tells her that he left behind a golden pill, the same one his mother used to give him to control his power. Sun tries to explain, but she speaks in a fast and complicated way, so no one understands her, yet no one objects. After that, the students begin a strange experiment, trying to cook using their books as tools. Each one uses his own method. Sun has a large refining machine, and another uses a microwave. As for Wang Ling, he brings out a unique copper pot that draws everyone's attention, even the teachers. Suddenly, an iron pot belonging to Chen explodes because it was filled with a large amount of ingredients without calculation, which caused pressure to build inside it. Chen runs out of the class in fear, not understanding what happened. The teacher announces a short break to allow the food to cook. During that time, while the classroom is empty, Duo, who is actually the giant toad, sneaks in and tries to eat Wang Ling's pot because of the strong spiritual energy coming from it. But Wang Ling appears suddenly, as he had suspected him and was watching him. Duo jumps out of the window trying to escape, and Wang Ling chases him. Duo thinks he escaped by going to the lower floor, but he finds Wang Ling behind him at the same moment. Wang Ling strikes him and throws him away without giving him a chance to escape. Elsewhere, Chen runs wildly around the field at a speed like wind, causing strange scenes that amaze everyone. He is terrified because the pot that exploded was an important family heirloom, and his father had allowed him to use it after strict warnings. The next day, Wang Ling quietly cleans Guo's pot to return it as it was, but Guo sees him and misunderstands, thinking he is trying to tamper with his belongings. Guo becomes angry and loses control. At that moment, Guo confronts Wang Ling. At the same time, Chen begins to lose control due to stress, and confused thoughts take over him. He believes that Sun cares about Wang Ling instead of him, and that he failed as class president. He approaches Wang Ling while not aware. Wang Ling tries to explain the truth to Guo and blame Duo, but Guo does not believe him and throws a poison he made. Wang Ling avoids it, but it hits Chen by mistake, and he loses consciousness. Guo becomes worried. Wang Ling tries to use magic to treat Chen, but Guo stops him, fearing the situation may worsen. They take him quickly to the classroom, where Wang Ling explains that the poison is not deadly but needs to be removed quickly. Guo asks Wang Ling to prepare an antidote under his supervision. Wang Ling begins working carefully using Guo's pot, but the process needs 4 hours, while the available time is much less, which increases the pressure. At that moment, Duo appears again trying to eat the pot, but Guo restrains him using magic. They discover that Duo has a rare ability, which is limited time control through his spiritual energy. After convincing him, he agrees to help. The surprise happens. The antidote is prepared in only 2 minutes instead of 4 hours. To make sure, Guo prepares 2 doses and tests them on Duo first. After confirming it is safe, the antidote is given to Chen quickly. Suddenly, the teacher's voice is heard approaching, and the tension increases. Guo goes out to distract him, while Wang Ling hides Chen quickly. When the teacher enters, he finds a perfect laddu inside Guo's pot, and finds a mess from Wang Ling's microwave experiment. Guo thinks Wang Ling replaced the laddu to help him, so he feels grateful and begins to consider him a true friend. But the truth is different. Wang Ling did not replace anything. What happened was coincidence. The perfect laddu was originally made by Guo, but it was forgotten inside the pot, and with the heat it finished cooking perfectly without intervention. The next day, Chen wakes up not understanding what happened and finds himself inside his pot. Guo tells him that Wang Ling fixed the heirloom using magic, so he becomes emotional and begins to consider him a close friend. Elsewhere, Wang Ling and Sun sit watching fireworks quietly. To understand this, we return slightly to the past. Sun was trying to get closer to Wang Ling and asked him to go out with her, but he ignored her. On the other side, 2 assassins appear with a mission to kill Sun. But Wang Ling notices them early and uses his magic to disrupt the sniper and prevent him from aiming or shooting. At the same time, under the effect of frustration and anger, Sun Rong shouted loudly in front of everyone and asked Wang Ling to go out with her. This situation shocked the students, and the atmosphere changed completely, while Chen was deeply affected and broke down crying from the shock. At that exact moment, the teacher called him, and Wang answered with one word, Yes, but Sun misunderstood the response and thought he agreed to go out with her, so she felt great joy without confirming the truth. During that, the assassins informed their leader of their failure, and she ordered them to try again without excuses. While Wang was walking behind the teacher calmly, Sun followed him, convinced they had a date soon. Because of her fame, their pictures spread quickly on social media and were interpreted as a couple. Even the assassin's leader saw the pictures and began watching the situation more closely. The next day, Wang stood before the principal, Guo, who had appeared before. Guo asked him directly if he was the child who killed the dragon years ago. Wang was shocked that his secret was revealed and did not expect anyone to know. Before he could respond, Guo suddenly knelt on one knee, calling him, "My lord," in admiration of his power. Wang did not want attention, so he decided to use memory erasure magic. But he used only half of his power, so he would not erase Guo's memory completely by mistake. After that, while he was sitting as usual eating noodles quietly, Duo spoke to him and told him that there were assassins targeting Sun and moving around her. The next day, Sun appeared suddenly in Wang's dream and asked him to go out with her in a strange and unsettling way. So he considered it just a dream, but when he woke up, he found her actually waiting outside his house with her guards. As if the dream became reality, Wang tried to avoid the situation, but his parents pressured him to go out with her so she would not be embarrassed. In the end, he agreed, not only for them, but also to protect her from the assassins. On the other side, the assassin's leader watched their movements and warned her men that this was their last chance. Sun took Wang to a beautiful amusement park owned by her family, full of colors and rides. The assassins followed them after secretly dealing with Sun's guards. While they were enjoying themselves, one assassin suddenly fired a shot, but Wang caught it calmly with his hand, then returned it with massive spiritual energy toward the sniper. The strike sent the sniper flying as if hit by a storm. Since Sun saw part of his power, Wang used memory erasure on her. The assassins tried to attack many times, and each time Wang stopped them easily, then erased Sun's memory after every situation. With repeated failure, despair began to affect them. After that, Sun asked to ride the Ferris wheel. The assassins followed them there, which Guo noticed from afar, so he summoned immortal heroes to protect Wang from danger. At the top of the wheel, the assassins surrounded them and aimed their weapons at them. Sun was terrified and unable to move, while Wang stood completely calm, as if nothing mattered. He even felt some relief because their presence stopped Sun's continuous talking. Sun realized who might be behind the attack, then stepped forward bravely in front of Wang and said she was ready to die so he could live safely. She sacrificed herself because she was the reason for this meeting. At that moment, Wang realized that Sun had sincere feelings for him. His anger ignited, and his eyes turned red, showing real rage. He released his spiritual energy and threw the assassins into the air easily, then summoned a phoenix to punish them with overwhelming power. From below, Guo watched everything and was shocked by Wang's legendary power that exceeded all expectations. At the top, Sun Rong saw Wang Ling's true power completely for the first time. This time, he did not erase her memory as before, but asked her to promise that what she saw would remain a secret between them. She agreed immediately, still under shock. After that, they sat together watching the fireworks quietly. Wang looked at the sky, while Sun looked at him with a smile. After that, the female leader appears, the same one who sent 2 men to assassinate Sun after the mission failed. She was in a state of intense anger, clearly affected by the failure. Without hesitation, she eliminated one of her men in front of everyone as a warning, then issued the shadow kill order. One of them tried to object, saying it is usually used against important targets, but as soon as he finished speaking, her eyes turned red with terrifying anger. Silence spread, no one dared to object, and the order was carried out. We moved to the academy, where the leader was watching everyone through a small drone without anyone noticing. At that time, Sun was walking behind Wang, calling him repeatedly, trying to get his attention, but he kept walking calmly, ignoring her. After a while, Chen approached Wang and asked him what happened between him and Sun the previous day, especially since the guards surrounded them in a suspicious way. During that, the teacher entered the class and told the students that the attackers were still active and might try to attack the school today, which increased the tension. Sun claimed she did not remember anything, as if it was erased from her memory. Then Guo explained that they were captured secretly before doing anything. In truth, Wang had used memory erasure magic and left Guo with only one memory, that he was the one who protected protected Sun to hide the truth. Back to the present, Zhe explained that security measures had been greatly strengthened so no one could enter easily. Then he showed them the Shadow Kill Order of the Shadow Organization, explaining that any name written in it is sentenced to death the next day. Sun's name was clearly listed. Fear struck Sun, but Jie tried to reassure her, saying she would be safe as long as he was there. After that, he took them to his office to be in a safer place. On the way, he confirmed that security was so tight that even a fly could not enter. At that exact moment, a fly appeared in front of him, and he struck it immediately. When he checked it, it turned out to be the drone used by the leader to spy on them. After the leader heard everything, she ordered the shadow kill to be executed immediately. Suddenly, the ground of the school opened, and Hammerman appeared and began eliminating the guards easily, as if they were nothing. His movements were fast and deadly. Ji and the teacher were watching through cameras. The teacher reassured the students that everything was under control as long as they were there. Even so, Wang and the others acted as if they were on a trip, talking in a chat group, not caring about the danger. The teacher had to enter the group to warn them and tell them to focus. After that, the teacher informed the royal guards about the attack, but they responded with overconfidence, believing they were unbeatable. At that moment, another member of the Shadow Kill Order appeared, Gasman, and released poisonous gas that spread quickly, forcing the guards to retreat. Suddenly a shot was fired at him, but he avoided it easily, and it exploded in the wall behind him. Then it was revealed that it was not a bullet, but a piece of chalk thrown by the teacher with great force. At the same time, the leader of the Shadow Kill Order, known as the Invisible Man, was standing on Jay's desk while invisible, watching everything silently. As for Wang, in the middle of this tension, he remembered there was an offer on noodles, so he ordered several packs to arrive within 15 minutes. Everyone was shocked by his reaction, as if he did not care about what was happening. Gasman tried to attack the teacher again, but the teacher avoided the attack easily. When the attack escalated, Gasman's weapons grew larger and surrounded the teacher from all directions, causing a huge explosion. But after a few moments, Gasman realized that the teacher had stopped the attack using his spiritual form, which confused him greatly. After failing, he decided to withdraw, using the poisonous gas to escape. After that, a message reached Wang Ling, informing him that his noodle order had arrived at the door, so he immediately stood up to receive it, as if everything was normal. At the same moment, Gasman was trying to escape quickly, but he suddenly collided with the door and fell to the ground. Wang had opened the door at that moment, looked at him, apologized calmly, then continued on his way without concern, as if nothing had happened. After that, the teacher arrived and told Gasman that the lesson was not over yet, which increased his fear. On the other side, Hammerman had eliminated all the guards. As he was about to leave, a small dog appeared in front of him. They exchanged looks, then Hammerman tried to touch it, thinking it was harmless, but the dog suddenly bit his hand. He threw it away, but later discovered that the dog had absorbed his spiritual energy and taken it for itself, causing his body to age and weaken. With that energy, the dog transformed into a giant toad. During that, Hammerman tried to escape, but his limbs could no longer move due to aging. The giant toad attacked him, and a massive explosion occurred. In this way, they managed to eliminate 2 members of the Shadow Kill Order, leaving only the Invisible Man. We moved to Wang, who went directly to the hiding place of the Invisible Man and calmly told him that he knew he was there. The Invisible Man was confused at first and thought Wang was speaking to the delivery worker, but Wang made it clear that he could see him. He also told him that all members of his organization had been captured and that their mission had failed. Upon hearing this, the Invisible Man became enraged and used his full power to attack Wang, causing a huge explosion, but Wang was unharmed, which shocked him greatly. After that, Guo arrived and Wang used memory erasure magic on him, making him believe that he was the one who defeated the enemies. Shortly after, Sunrong and Chen arrived. Guo told them that he was late because he found Wang injured and sleeping in his arms, which worried everyone, while in reality, Wang was only pretending. Later, the news announced that Guo had eliminated all members of the Shadow Kill Order alone. We moved to Wang, who was lying on the bed pretending to be injured, and he succeeded in convincing everyone. Because of that, Sun took care of him and provided the best medical care at his home. During that, Wang's maid brought breakfast and told him that 10 days had passed while he was pretending to be sick and that he should stop, but he did not respond. After that, his father told him that his friends were coming to visit, so Wang lay down again pretending to sleep. Juro brought his pet, which started imitating Wang's movements, making everyone laugh. Then Wang's mother served food to everyone. Sun saw this as a chance to impress Wang's mother, so she brought many gifts using her wealth and also brought a special injection to treat him, which surprised Jay. Juro and Chen realized she was doing this to impress Wang. Sun approached Wang to give him the injection and spoke with sincere concern, but Chan noticed from his expression that he did not need it. Then he brought out a bracelet and explained that Wang's father asked him to give it to him, and that it was used to measure spiritual power and determine the strongest. Sun objected at first, but she was forced to allow it under pressure. As for Wang, he refused the injection, stood up, and took the bracelet, confirming that he was fine. After that, everyone began testing their spiritual power. Chan started and created a bird nest, receiving a score of 4. Elsewhere, one student got 1,902, but the others mocked him. Then came Tang, the class president, who released blue flames with his power and scored 4,000 points, taking the lead. After him, Juro got only 1,179, which made him try to jump from the window, but Chan stopped him. Because of that, Sun refused to take the test, but Chan and Juro encouraged her, so she agreed, and scored 3,900 points, taking second place, which drew Tang's attention. Finally, it was Wang's turn. Sun offered him the injection again, but he refused. He wore the bracelet and decided to use a small amount of his power so he would not attract attention. But things did not go as he wanted. He released a massive aura that began affecting everyone, so he sent it into space so the bracelet could not measure it. When the results appeared, Wang ranked first with a score of 0. Everyone was shocked and wondered how someone could rank first with such a result. Tang ordered the system to be checked for an error. As for Chan, he told Wang that he should not hide his power before it turned out he was joking. Even so, Tang continued to suspect that Wang was hiding something much greater. After that, while they were returning home, Juro expressed his frustration with his low result and suggested that he could hack the system and change it, which Wang Ling heard. At night, Wang went to Juro's house and asked him to delete his name from the results list. Juro agreed and started the hacking process. On the other side, Tang ordered his assistant to hack the system to get information about Wang, but he found nothing. At the same time, Juro entered the system and Tang discovered it. Both quickly realized each other's presence. Juro recognized his opponent as the arrogant student who spoke rudely, so he decided to mock him by changing his name. But he could not modify Wang's data because the system detected the intrusion, forcing both of them to withdraw immediately. Wang felt disappointed because Juro failed to delete his result, while Tang was mocked after his classmates noticed his name change and even told him that 2 unknown students had surpassed him. His assistant then announced that there would be a competition next month where those 2 students would be found and punished. Tang was thinking the same. During that, some teachers were talking. Miss Pan expressed her surprise at the national competition results, as Wang was in first place. When asked about him, she described him as a quiet student, distracted, and not active in class. It was also revealed that their class, Class 60, would face Class 59 in the next competition. At the same time, the students continued mocking Tang, even saying that a dog had surpassed him, which increased his anger. After the school day ended, the teachers added Sun Rong, Wang Ling, Chen, and the dog to a special group and told them they were chosen to represent the school in the national sword competition, and they had to show their spirit swords within 3 days. Everyone felt excited. When Chen told his father, he gave him the inherited family sword, which moved him deeply. After that, the students began showing their spirit swords one by one, and everyone was amazed, even the teachers, by Sun's rare sword. Then the teacher asked Wang and the dog to show theirs. Some were surprised how a dog could have a sword, but it surprised them and showed it, and even started replying inside the group. As for Wang, he remained silent, focused on eating noodles. After finishing, he sent a simple message without showing anything. On the other side, Tang was speaking with his team leader Senor about the preparations. He confirmed that everything was going according to plan, but she noticed that the team had only 4 members, while 5 were required. He told her that the 5th member was someone she had worked with before. She felt concerned, but he insisted on including him, saying he would not lose to Class 60 no matter what. She finally agreed and gave him full control. After that, Tang's assistant went to an alley to inform Bafeng about the competition. It appeared that Bafeng was extremely strong, as he had defeated several people alone, which is why Tang wanted him on the team. When asked about the council, he was reassured, so he agreed to participate. At the same time, Wang was not interested in participating, fearing that using his full power would cause destruction, but he later agreed after seeing the seriousness of his friends and teachers. After that, Wang asked his parents about his spirit sword. During that, the news announced a huge explosion at the headquarters of the Shadow Organization due to an attempt to merge a spirit sword with a spiritual form. one of the members appeared trying to stop the police from entering, but failed. Then the immortal heroes appeared, including Guo, who stated that this was not the first time and openly challenged the leader of the organization. On the other side, the leader watched this in anger, then turned off the television. Wang returned to search for his sword in the storage room, where he opened a box that emitted a strong light. At that moment, he received a message from the teacher confirming participation. From inside the box, a small child came out, but was quickly returned. This activated the seal on Wang's neck, and he realized that it consumed a large amount of his energy to hide the child, weakening the seal gradually. The next day, Chen mocked Wang's sword and called it a child's sword, while Sun found it cute, which angered Chen. He tried to break his own sword out of frustration. The teachers arrived and asked Wang why he did not bring his bag, even though the competition would last 5 days. Wang decided that he would pretend to be sick when they arrived to avoid participating. After that, the group boarded the bus heading to Class 6. At the same time, Guo stormed a building with his men, where he found a tied girl who looked like the leader. He approached her, but she smiled. Then an explosion occurred. It turned out this was only an imagination in the leader's mind, as she was actually following the bus. She had handed a girl resembling her to the police after equipping her with explosives to target Guo, believing he was the one stopping her attacks, while in truth, Wang was responsible. Inside the bus, the sword spirit, which took the form of a child, tried to come out of Wang's body, while Wang kept stopping him. He had agreed to host him on the condition that he would not come out, and the child had agreed. The group arrived at Class 6, where they were welcomed. The team leader X appeared with his team, and it became clear that there was old hostility between him and Miss B. The leader began mocking Sun, claiming her family paid money to the school, so Miss B responded and attacked his team by mentioning their scandals. In the end, Leader X used his magic on Wang, trying to measure his spiritual energy. Wang Ling took advantage of the moment and pretended to suffer from severe stomach pain, but the effect of the magic used on him caused cracks in his seal, releasing a terrifying surge of spiritual energy that frightened everyone. Even the leader of the Shadow Organization was shocked by this level of power. At that moment, she received a call informing her that the assassination attempt on Guo had failed after he sensed the danger and neutralized the bomb, so she announced that she would move to an alternative plan. At the same time, Wang's parents were watching television, unaware of what had happened to their son. During that, the sword spirit told Wang that he had tried to warn him, but he did not listen. Then he was seen watching from above a rooftop before leaving, while Wang was transported to the hospital in an ambulance driven by Xiao Zhou after losing consciousness due to the damaged seal. When Sun Rong saw his condition, she tried to follow him, but Tang stopped her and asked about her past. She ignored him completely and insisted on reaching Wang. When he continued to block her, she tried to attack him, but his assistant Disha intervened and held her hand. Chen tried to help her, but Tang's friends stopped him, while Tang confirmed that Wang was safe. Suddenly, Wang was hit by a violent flow of spiritual energy that caused his body to burn, so Professor Pan quickly covered him with special papers to protect him. Sun was shocked and thought Tang was responsible, so she attacked him with her spirit sword, but the teacher intervened and stopped the fight, explaining that swords are only allowed during competitions. Later, it was revealed that the real attacker was Ba Feng. At the hospital, when the doctors removed the bandages, Wang was gone, as he had moved himself to another place. But using this ability worsened the seal, so he contacted his father to tell him what happened, and his father decided to go immediately to Class 60 carrying noodles, as Wang intended to eat them before the competition to stabilize his power and prevent a possible disaster. Elsewhere, Professor Pan showed the Class 60 training center, which looked like a large filming site, and explained the rules of the spirit sword competition, which consists of 5 rounds: metal, wood, water, fire, and earth, and the team that plants its sword first wins. Because of the attacks of the Shadow Organization, the competition was moved to Class 59's campus, a huge place that confused the students of Class 60, and Wang even got lost inside it. Tang mocked them, saying they were unqualified because their team was incomplete, but Guo replied that his team was also missing a member. At that moment, the 5th member appeared, Ba Feng, entering from the water in a striking way, surprising everyone. Guo warned about his high power. Ba Feng approached soon and tried to flirt with her, but she rejected him coldly. Then he offered to join her team and revealed Tang's plan, but she refused again. When Chen tried to defend her, Ba Feng defeated him easily, but he stood up again with determination from his father's words and attacked fiercely, yet Ba Feng avoided the attack and used negative energy that damaged his arm and knocked him down. At that moment, Wang intervened, saved Chen, and restored his injured arm, shocking everyone, even Ba Feng. who could not sense Wang's energy. Bafeng's negative energy could cause explosions when it touched spiritual energy, and Guo feared that breaking Wang's seal could destroy the world. Bafeng attacked Wang with his energy, but Wang remained unharmed because his power was far greater. Then he gave Sun a flower, the same one Bafeng tried to give her, which shocked him because he did not realize when it was taken from him. Professor Pan announced the start of preparations for the competition, while the leader of the shadow organization was watching from above, hanging on the ceiling, having come to kill Wang. Bafeng encountered her and thought she was a cleaner, so he tried to flirt with her, but she ignored him, so he became angry and called her old. She then struck him with great force and sent him away. When he tried to respond by gathering massive negative energy, she destroyed it with only 2 fingers, which shocked him after his second defeat. After that, while Wang was walking and eating noodles, he saw the leader binding Bafeng, and his plate fell from his hand. We moved to the rooftop, where the leader took Wang and Bafeng, with the help of an old man, and began torturing them. She focused on insulting Wang, knowing how much Sun cared about him, which triggered his anger and changed the atmosphere due to his energy. The sword spirit inside him awakened, realizing that Wang had reached the peak of his anger and that breaking the seal could destroy the world. He tried to calm him, but Wang ignored him, until he reminded him of something he loved, dried noodles. Then he gradually calmed down, and the atmosphere returned to normal. By the leader's order, the old man cut a part of Wang's hair and gave it to her. During that, there was a meeting inside the school about the elections, and suddenly a fake Bafeng appeared and told everyone that Wang had been kidnapped. On the other side, the real Bafeng and Wang were tied up, and it became clear that the leader used Wang's hair to disguise herself, to assassinate Sun at the first opportunity. The old man explained this to Wang, saying that the leader would eliminate him after finishing her mission. At that moment, Bafeng tried to gain the old man's favor, claiming that he had always wanted to join the shadow organization and that he would be useful. But the old man saw through him and refused. Bafeng then assumed the old man was a strong warrior since he was guarding the place, but the old man smiled and said he was not a fighter, just a driver. Bafeng mocked him, thinking the organization had become weak, but in a single moment, the old man released part of his power. The building shook and the windows shattered, making Bafeng tremble. The sword spirit noticed this and told Wang Ling that his spiritual energy was massive, but he was hiding it. At the same time, Isha described the leader's features to Tang, and Duo confirmed she was the one who kidnapped Wang. Tang asked Isha to locate him through his spiritual energy, and she succeeded, finding him on the rooftop. On the other side, Sun's guard discovered her intention to save Wang, restrained her and ordered her to be taken away, saying her safety was the priority. But she broke free and declared that Wang was a special friend and she would not leave him, which affected the guard. After that, Sun Rong moved with her guards, Chan and Guo, to rescue him, while Tang ordered his team to observe without interference unless necessary. On the rooftop, the old man was listening to music and dancing calmly, while Bafeng asked Wang to show his power to escape. But Wang was lying still as if asleep, which confused him. Sun and the others arrived and attacked the old man, but he defeated many of them easily. Then he drew a large yellow circle that released strong energy, confusing everyone, but Sun broke it using her blue power. At that time, Wang's father arrived at the school, but was stopped at the entrance before hearing an explosion inside. Later, the old man appeared with the leader, showing their close relation despite being just a driver. The fight continued, and Sun could not withstand him. When he was about to defeat her, Duo intervened and saved her. The old man said he had been waiting for him, and a fight began between them. Elsewhere, the fake Wang tried to attack Sun, but her guard stopped him. A helicopter of the immortal heroes arrived, and a sniper shot the old man, hitting him and making him fall. Guo ran toward him because he was his former driver, but the old man tried to explode himself, and Tang contained the energy at the last moment. The fake Wang tried to escape when the guards arrived, but Tang stopped him and took him away. As for the real Wang, he asked the sword spirit to watch Bafeng, thinking his absence would cancel the competition, not knowing the leader was disguised as him. The next day, the competition began, and Wang was surprised to see Bafeng present. Before moving to the arena, his father arrived and told Duo everything about the seal, which shocked him. The students of Class 5 and Class 6 moved to the arena. Tang's team stood organized, while Wang and his team were spread across different areas. Tang asked Isha to hack the system to locate them, and she quickly reported Chen in the metal area, Sun in the water area, Duo in the fire area. She also detected a strange energy near Duo. When asked about Wang, she said his energy appeared as 0, making him hard to track. Tang concluded that Wang was in the wood area and sent the red-haired member to face him. As for the 5th member, Guo, he delayed dealing with him. Guo was hiding behind a rock and listening, but he was discovered and attacked, breaking the rock. He then appeared sitting on a tree with 3 life marks, one of which broke, showing the system of 3 lives. When he learned the opponent was heading toward Wang, he decided to follow to protect him. At the same time, Tang sent Isha to face Chen in the metal area, while he went himself to Sun in the water area. In the metal area, Chen kept moving despite his injuries until he found the ground filled with sharp metal leaves. Isha appeared and declared control of the area. Chen tried to avoid fighting, but gave her 3 seconds to leave. She ignored it and used magic to control his nerves, forcing him to hurt himself. The teachers and Wang's father were watching, explaining that the pain and fear in this competition were real. In the fire area, Duo was fighting a fake Bafeng using negative energy. In the wood area, the opponent arrived and found Wang lying on the ground, thinking he was dead, but Wang suddenly stood up and said he was meditating. Guo arrived and started fighting the opponent, while Wang watched calmly. Sun Rong was suddenly attacked by Tang, who shifted his magic to the water element. She matched him, and both began summoning samurai warriors to fight. Tang tried to bring up their childhood memories, but Sun ignored it completely and attacked in the form of a giant dragon. Yet Tang's samurai blocked the attack easily. During that, the scoreboard showed Class 5 leading 3-0 after controlling 3 areas. Then it became 4 points when Aisha defeated Chen in the metal area. Tang exploited Sun's weakness and froze the water around her, limiting her movement. Despite her attempts to attack with full power, Tang's samurai remained superior. After that, the fake Bafeng appeared and attacked Sun, causing more injuries. She realized she could not face 2 opponents at once, so she tried to retreat, but the ice restricted her. When the fake Bafeng was about to finish her, a strong tornado appeared, shattered the ice, and gave her a chance to escape. Tang ordered the fake Bafeng to chase her, saying that identity did not matter as long as victory was achieved. Suddenly, the scoreboard changed. Class 5 had 4 points, while Class 6 gained its first point. At that moment, Guo told Sun that Wang Ling had entered a dark state, and the teachers noticed a strange shadow in the wood area. On the other side, the red-haired opponent faced Wang and saw that his energy was depleted, so he mocked him. Wang remained calm, observing and analyzing his spiritual form. Once he focused, the opponent disappeared quickly among the trees. After that, the dog approached Wang, knocked him down and called him useless, which made him angry. Wang attacked it, then began blaming himself, believing he had achieved nothing and had not expressed himself to his friends despite their kindness. In that state, he felt severe instability. The seal on his body weakened, and negative energy began leaking. The dog approached and absorbed the energy, saying it was the only one able to contain it. Wang then came up with an idea and merged with the dog. As a result, the dog consumed the negative energy, while Wang could use his spiritual energy freely. With the merge, his form changed completely. When the opponent returned and saw this, he mocked him, but Wang touched his sword with one finger, and it shattered instantly, shocking him. Then Wang pushed him with a light touch, but it sent him flying with great force, as if struck by overwhelming power. After that, Wang entered a dark state and took control of the area, reducing the points of the water and fire areas instead of increasing them. The teachers were watching and noticed Wang merging with the dog. Team Leader X asked her teacher if he had taught him this technique, so he pretended proudly and said yes. At the same time, Tang did not understand why his team's points were dropping until Isha told him that Wang had merged with the dog and become much stronger. Tang was shocked, as he believed Wang was weak. He then asked about his location, and Isha told him he was heading toward the metro field. Tang then ordered his team to control the remaining fields and made a plan to avoid facing Wang directly, focusing on controlling other areas to secure victory even if Class 6 held one field. Meanwhile, Wang reached the metro field where Chen was unconscious. He woke him up, confirmed he was fine, and planted his sword, changing the results so Class 6 had 3 points against 2 for Class 5. Chen was surprised and asked about Wang's new form. Wang told him he merged with the dog. Chen felt very happy, and when Wang saw that, he smiled without realizing why. When his father saw this, he was deeply moved, as he had never seen him smile like that before. Suddenly, Wang Ling noticed that all the fields he had captured were taken back by Tang's team. His anger rose, and negative energy began leaking from him. The dog warned him not to lose control, saying it could not absorb such a massive amount of energy forever. At that moment, Sun Rong connected with Wang and Chen through a golden light. As soon as Wang heard her voice, he managed to calm himself. After the points dropped, Sun proposed a new plan: withdraw from all fields and focus on only one. Wang's power would force Tang's team to avoid him, securing at least one stable point. She also asked Chen to stay in the metro field and protect it, and he agreed with determination. After that, Sun and Guo moved to take control of the Earth field, which was guarded by only one member of Tang's team. At the same time, Isha informed Tang of their movement, and he headed there with his team. When Guo arrived, he began provoking his opponent, making him lose his temper. As the opponent prepared to attack, Tang warned him not to lose the field, which only increased his excitement. Back to the confrontation, Sun was about to plant her sword in the fire field, but one of Tang's members rushed to stop her. Guo sent a wooden bird to assist, but the opponent slipped and fell, causing the attack to misfire and hit Sun directly, leaving her seriously injured. Guo apologized immediately, and at the same moment Tang arrived. By his order, his teammate rushed at Sun again. Guo tried to stop him with a stone barrier, but Tang's samurai destroyed it quickly, allowing the opponent to reach Sun and engage her. Despite her injuries, Sun held her sword firmly. However, the teachers explained that she needed to keep it planted for at least 10 seconds to secure the field, which she could not do in her condition. At that moment, one of Tang's teammates pointed out that the plan was working, but Tang scolded him, saying he wanted a complete victory, though a 4-to-1 result was acceptable. Sun and Guo then understood his plan. If they focused on one field, he would take the rest. Isha kept watching, ready to move at any moment. Guo realized they might lose, but Sun insisted on continuing no matter the cost. On the other side, Chen was facing the fake Bafeng, avoiding direct combat as Sun had instructed, focusing only on delaying him and stopping him from planting his sword. The opponent mocked him, trying to break his will. During that, Chen remembered a moment from his childhood when he refused to learn combat from his father. The fake Bafeng noticed the falling leaves were sharp like blades, gathered them with negative energy, and launched them at Chen. Chen blocked most of them, but some hit him and caused injuries. At the same time, Sun told Guo to withdraw so she could face Tang alone. Guo stepped back, ready to activate his sword if needed, knowing its use could cause great destruction and should only be used in critical situations. The battle between Sun and Tang began. He mocked her and reminded her of past defeats, but she attacked with determination, and a fierce fight followed. Meanwhile, Chen continued taking heavy hits from the fake Bafeng, but kept preventing him from controlling the field. The pain grew, and he cried out, worrying his father, who demanded the fight be stopped, but the officials insisted the competition was safe. The fake Bafeng kicked the exhausted Chen away and planted his sword, starting the countdown. At that moment, Chen remembered his friends. He rushed forward with force. The fake Bafeng tried to block with negative energy, but Chen's power broke through and struck him directly, causing a massive explosion. Isha informed Tang that Guo was preparing to release his spirit sword. At that moment, a memory resurfaced. Guo had once told Sun Rong that he could not release his sword unless he sacrificed another powerful spirit sword. Back in the present, Sun had no choice. Without hesitation, she decided to sacrifice her own spirit sword so Guo could unleash his. Tang laughed at her, mocking her and saying she had become worthless without her sword. But in the very next moment, Guo's sword appeared in the form of a massive phoenix. Its wings spread wide, radiating intense spiritual energy. Tang's samurai tried to block it, but the phoenix shattered it completely in an instant. Tang froze, unable to react, while Sun used that opening to take control of the fire field. The teachers were excited, but Team Leader X pointed out that her team still had more points. Suddenly, Chen secured the metro field, and the scoreboard updated again, causing everyone to cheer. Chen declared that their plan had worked and that Sun was right. On the other side, the fake Bafeng was consumed by rage, tearing apart his own body to break free and continue fighting. After that, Sun gave clear instructions to Wang and Chen about securing the earth field. She placed the responsibility on Wang Ling, knowing that none of Tang's team would dare face him directly because of his overwhelming presence. At the same time, Isha was watching Tang in the water field, planning to take control as soon as Wang left. But the situation changed quickly. Class 6 was announced to have captured the fire field, then another update confirmed they had taken the water field as well. Isha was confused, especially since Tang was still there. In reality, Sun's plan was precise. The dog had taken human form to guard the field, while Wang moved alone toward the wood field. Since his recorded spiritual energy was 0, tracking him became almost impossible. Isha failed to determine who captured the wood field. Chen was in the metal field, Sun in earth, and Guo in fire. In her confusion, the dog suddenly appeared behind her in a terrifying form, making her freeze in fear. It calmly explained that it reached her using the same trap she had set to track Wang. With that, Class 6 secured 4 out of 5 rounds, leaving only the metal field where Chen was. There was no response from him, so Wang decided to go there himself. Meanwhile, the teachers were celebrating Class 6's lead, but Wang's father remained worried. His concern was not about the result, but about Wang himself. Since childhood, Wang had never shown emotions, whether he won or lost. His father feared that if his emotions fully returned, his heartbeat would rise, causing him to lose control and release destructive negative energy. That was why he had lived isolated from emotions for so long. But after meeting Sun, his feelings had slowly begun to return. At first, he avoided her, but over time, with his bond with Sun, Chen, and Guo, controlling himself became harder, and the seal began to weaken. When Wang reached the metal field, he was shocked by Chen's condition, realizing that the cause was the leader who had appeared earlier. At the same time, Isha was overwhelmed by fear from the dog, which sensed something and moved toward Wang. Wang struggled to control himself and stepped forward to plant his sword. His heartbeat increased, his body weakened, yet he forced himself to continue. With effort, he managed to place the sword. The countdown began. The teachers watched closely. This was the final round. But suddenly, Wang's emotions surged again, his hand trembled, and he almost let go of the sword. At that critical moment, Sun arrived and placed her hand over his. Instantly, Wang calmed down, and his heartbeat stabilized. The countdown resumed. 4, 3, 2, 1. Class 6 won. After the battle, the teachers celebrated the victory. Wang's father asked to replay the metal field. When the camera shifted, Guo appeared carrying Chen and Aurora, calling for help urgently and warning that they were in serious danger. When the teachers saw what happened, they became furious and blamed the officials, asking how this could occur. The answer came that someone must have slipped in from behind. At the same time, Sun Rong asked Wang Ling to smile, telling him that a smile suited him. Wang felt embarrassed and did not know how to respond. Suddenly, in a shocking moment, the leader of the shadow organization attacked from behind. At that instant, Sun's spirit left her body, moved toward Wang, embraced him, then began to fade. Seeing this, Wang lost control of his emotions. The seal shattered completely. The surroundings changed, and violent explosions erupted everywhere. Wang rushed forward in anger, but the dog arrived at the critical moment and stopped time. Even so, Wang was unaffected. He broke through the frozen time and struck the leader, forcing her to move despite the stop. She launched repeated attacks, but could not even scratch him. Wang, overwhelmed by rage after Sun's death, continued attacking without restraint until she collapsed. After that, he formed a massive sphere of energy to finish her, but she told him to kill her, saying that doing so would make him like her. Hearing this, Wang remembered Sun and regained control. He went to Sun and tried to heal her with his power, but it did not work. The dog told him that the attack had struck her spirit directly, meaning she was dead. Wang refused to believe it, pointing out that her body was still warm. The dog explained that time was frozen, and traces of life remained temporarily, but once time resumed, they would disappear. Wang collapsed in grief and began to cry. Then the dog gave him a choice: keep time stopped forever and stay with Sun, or let her go and continue living. Wang held her hand tightly, unable to decide. At that moment, the dog wished it could help him. With the seal broken, Wang's power went out of control, and the world was destroyed. In the next instant, Wang used his power to restart the world, hoping to bring Sun back. But it failed. Sun did not return. The sword spirit explained that her body had no soul, so she could not be revived. Duo added that healing restores the body, not the dead. Wang felt guilty, thinking it was his fault, but Duo told him that stopping time gave them a chance to find another solution. When Wang asked, Duo explained that time control was possible by converting spiritual energy into light speed. Wang realized he could go back to the past this way, but it required energy equal to an entire planet. Immediately, Wang used his power and created energy of that scale, and that lightning might strike him. As he began reversing time, violent lightning attacked him. Time returned to Wang's first day at school when he was being bullied, and Chen and Guo stepped in to help him, just as Sun had done before. Wang repeated his old action and gave them money, just as he did with Sun, which felt unusual. In the classroom, he sensed Sun's presence, but she appeared as another girl. On his way back, he saw her inside a car and ran after it, but found Tang and Isha instead. In truth, this was not the real past, but a world created by Wang's power. While trying to return to the past with Duo, he unintentionally created a new world that was consuming the original one. Because of that, visions of Sun Rong began appearing to Wang Ling inside the new world. As this continued, the old world became threatened with being completely completely merged into the new one. We move to the underworld, where Yamaraja and Chitragupta were talking. Suddenly, one of their servants brought Sun's soul. The moment they saw her, both were filled with fear, the reason for which would be revealed later. In the new world, Wang was living as if repeating his life, but this time doing everything he once did with Sun, now with Chen and Guo. After that, they went to a statue. Chen placed his hand on it, and the statue told him he would fail 3 subjects, making him cry. Guo mocked him, but when he placed his hand, the statue told him he would fall in love for the first time at 40, and he also broke down crying. When Wang placed his hand, the statue gave no prediction. Instead, it began to crack and collapse. In the underworld, Yamaraja's condition worsened after seeing Sun. He realized Wang was doing something dangerous that could destroy their world if not stopped. Since Sun was connected to Wang, they altered the records and returned her to the world, bringing her back to life in the real world. At that moment, the sword spirit became excited. The spirit told Sun everything that had happened. She felt deep happiness because of what Wang had done for her, but the spirit warned her that the world would end if Wang did not wake up soon. Sun decided to take responsibility to fix everything. When asked if she feared the destruction of the world, she answered that the greatest fear of a girl in love is falling in love itself. The spirit turned into a sword and flew toward Wang to wake him. Wang's defense system tried to stop her and attacked her several times, but she managed to reach him and pierced his chest with the sword. At that moment, Wang regained consciousness and felt overwhelming happiness when he saw Sun in front of him. At the same time, Li Fei and the leader of the Shadow Organization emerged from her body, but before she could attack Sun, Wang used his power and buried her into the ground, preventing her from harming Sun again. After that, Wang planted the sword, and when the countdown ended, Class 61, bringing joy to everyone. Sun approached Wang to speak with him, but reporters surrounded her, and it became clear that Wang had reversed time. At that moment, Duo told him that returning time meant Sun would not remember anything. When she understood this, she accepted it, saying that saving the world was more important and that she believed she would be with him at any time. Wang was moved by her words and reversed time again. The next day, Wang's father brought a new talisman and placed it around his neck. Because of Class 60's victory, the teachers were very happy, while the head official was scolding Tang and his team for trying to win by a large margin, but ending up losing by the same difference. And here the story comes to an end. My dear viewer, we truly hope that you enjoyed it and had a great time watching. If you would like to see a second season, let me know in the comments. Before you close the video, don't forget to press the like button to support us, subscribe to follow more episodes, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new anime on the channel. Write your opinions in the comments, and we will meet again in new episodes. Goodbye. But the phoenix shattered it completely in an instant. Tang froze, unable to react, while Sun used that opening to take control of the fire field. The teachers were excited, but Team Leader X pointed out that her team still had more points. Suddenly, Chen secured the metro field, and the scoreboard updated again, causing everyone to cheer. Chen declared that their plan had worked and that Sun was right. On the other side, the fake Bafeng was consumed by rage, tearing apart his own body to break free and continue fighting. After that, Sun gave clear instructions to Wang and Chen about securing the earth field. She placed the responsibility on Wang Ling, knowing that none of Tang's team would dare face him directly because of his overwhelming presence. At the same time, Isha was watching Tang in the water field, planning to take control as soon as Wang left. But the situation changed quickly. Class 6 was announced to have captured the fire field, then another update confirmed they had taken the water field as well. Isha was confused, especially since Tang was still there. In reality, Sun's plan was precise. The dog had taken human form to guard the field, while Wang moved alone toward the wood field. Since his recorded spiritual energy was 0, tracking him became almost impossible. Isha failed to determine who captured the wood field. Chen was in the metal field, Sun in earth, and Guo in fire. In her confusion, the dog suddenly appeared behind her in a terrifying form, making her freeze in fear. It calmly explained that it reached her using the same trap she had set to track Wang. With that, Class 6 secured 4 out of 5 rounds, leaving only the metal field where Chen was. There was no response from him, so Wang decided to go there himself. Meanwhile, the teachers were celebrating Class 6's lead, but Wang's father remained worried. His concern was not about the result, but about Wang himself. Since childhood, Wang had never shown emotions, whether he won or lost. His father feared that if his emotions fully returned, his heartbeat would rise, causing him to lose control and release destructive negative energy. That was why he had lived isolated from emotions for so long. But after meeting Sun, his feelings had slowly begun to return. At first, he avoided her, but over time, with his bond with Sun, Chen, and Guo, controlling himself became harder, and the seal began to weaken. When Wang reached the metal field, he was shocked by Chen's condition, realizing that the cause was the leader who had appeared earlier. At the same time, Isha was overwhelmed by fear from the dog, which sensed something and moved toward Wang. Wang struggled to control himself and stepped forward to plant his sword. His heartbeat increased, his body weakened, yet he forced himself to continue. With effort, he managed to place the sword. The countdown began. The teachers watched closely. This was the final round. But suddenly, Wang's emotions surged again, his hand trembled, and he almost let go of the sword. At that critical moment, Sun arrived and placed her hand over his. Instantly, Wang calmed down, and his heartbeat stabilized. The countdown resumed. 4, 3, 2, 1. Class 6 won. After the battle, the teachers celebrated the victory. Wang's father asked to replay the metal field. When the camera shifted, Guo appeared carrying Chen and Aurora, calling for help urgently and warning that they were in serious danger. When the teachers saw what happened, they became furious and blamed the officials, asking how this could occur. The answer came that someone must have slipped in from behind. At the same time, Sun Rong asked Wang Ling to smile, telling him that a smile suited him. Wang felt embarrassed and did not know how to respond. Suddenly, in a shocking moment, the leader of the shadow organization attacked from behind. At that instant, Sun's spirit left her body, moved toward Wang, embraced him, then began to fade. Seeing this, Wang lost control of his emotions. The seal shattered completely. The surroundings changed, and violent explosions erupted everywhere. Wang rushed forward in anger, but the dog arrived at the critical moment and stopped time. Even so, Wang was unaffected. He broke through the frozen time and struck the leader, forcing her to move despite the stop. She launched repeated attacks but could not even scratch him. Wang, overwhelmed by rage after Sun's death, continued attacking without restraint until she collapsed. After that, he formed a massive sphere of energy to finish her, but she told him to kill her, saying that doing so would make him like her. Hearing this, Wang remembered Sun and regained control. He went to Sun and tried to heal her with his power, but it did not work. The dog told him that the attack had struck her spirit directly, meaning she was dead. Wang refused to believe it, pointing out that her body was still warm. The dog explained that time was frozen, and traces of life remained temporarily, but once time resumed, they would disappear. Wang collapsed in grief and began to cry. Then the dog gave him a choice: keep time stopped forever and stay with Sun, or let her go and continue living. Wang held her hand tightly, unable to decide. At that moment, the dog wished it could help him. With the seal broken, Wang's power went out of control, and the world was destroyed. In the next instant, Wang used his power to restart the world, hoping to bring Sun back. But it failed. Sun did not return. The sword spirit explained that her body had no soul, so she could not be revived. Duo added that healing restores the body, not the dead. Wang felt guilty, thinking it was his fault, but Duo told him that stopping time gave them a chance to find another solution. When Wang asked, Duo explained that time control was possible by converting spiritual energy into light speed. Wang realized he could go back to the past this way, but it required energy equal to an entire planet. Immediately, Wang used his power and created energy of that scale, and that lightning might strike him. As he began reversing time, violent lightning attacked him. Time returned to Wang's first day at school when he was being bullied, and Chen and Guo stepped in to help him, just as Sun had done before. Wang repeated his old action and gave them money, just as he did with Sun, which felt unusual. In the classroom, he sensed Sun's presence, but she appeared as another girl. On his way back, he saw her inside a car and ran after it, but found Tang and Isha instead. In truth, this was not the real past, but a world created by Wang's power. While trying to return to the past with Duo, he unintentionally created a new world that was consuming the original one. Because of that, visions of Sun Rong began appearing to Wang Ling inside the new world. As this continued, the old world became threatened with being completely merged into the new one. We moved to the underworld, where Yamaraja and Chitragupta were talking. Suddenly, one of their servants brought Sun's soul. The moment they saw her, both were filled with fear, the reason for which would be revealed later. In the new world, Wang was living as if repeating his life, but this time doing everything he once did with Sun, now with Chen and Guo. After that, they went to a statue. Chen placed his hand on it, and the statue told him he would fail 3 subjects, making him cry. Guo mocked him, but when he placed his hand, the statue told him he would fall in love for the first time at 40, and he also broke down crying. When Wang placed his hand, the statue gave no prediction. Instead, it began to crack and collapse. In the underworld, Yamaraja's condition worsened after seeing Sun. He realized Wang was doing something dangerous that could destroy their world if not stopped. Since Sun was connected to Wang, they altered the records and returned her to the world, bringing her back to life in the real world. At that moment, the sword spirit became excited. The spirit told Sun everything that had happened. She felt deep happiness because of what Wang had done for her, but the spirit warned her that the world would end if Wang did not wake up soon. Sun decided to take responsibility to fix everything. When asked if she feared the destruction of the world, she answered that the greatest fear of a girl in love is falling in love itself. The spirit turned into a sword and flew toward Wang to wake him. Wang's defense system tried to stop her and attacked her several times, but she managed to reach him and pierced his chest with the sword. At that moment, Wang regained consciousness and felt overwhelming happiness when he saw Sun in front of him. At the same time, Li Fei and the leader of the Shadow Organization emerged from her body, but before she could attack Sun, Wang used his power and buried her into the ground, preventing her from harming Sun again. After that, Wang planted the sword, and when the countdown ended, Class 61, bringing joy to everyone. Sun approached Wang to speak with him, but reporters surrounded her, and it became clear that Wang had reversed time. At that moment, Duo told him that returning time meant Sun would not remember anything. When she understood this, she accepted it, saying that saving the world was more important and that she believed she would be with him at any time. Wang was moved by her words and reversed time again. The next day, Wang's father brought a new talisman and placed it around his neck. Because of Class 60's victory, the teachers were very happy, while the head official was scolding Tang and his team for trying to win by a large margin, but ending up losing by the same difference. And here the story comes to an end. My dear viewer, we truly hope that you enjoyed it and had a great time watching. If you would like to see a second season, let me know in the comments. Before you close the video, don't forget to press the like button to support us, subscribe to follow more episodes, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new anime on the channel. Write your opinions in the comments, and we will meet again in new episodes. Goodbye.